everyone, we are back. It is Wednesday, and Wednesday means Formula 2 for the Midwest F1 League. As you can see up on your screen right now, we will be in Brazil. Now, the fastest qualifying and fastest lap times are the F1 times, but I just use the same overlay for that to keep it simple. But you can see there's two DRS zones, 15 corners. We got a 4.309 kilometer circuit. It's a fun one. Sector 2, early on in the votes, has been leading the way for the favorite sector out of all the Division 1 drivers, so we'll see how that finishes up tomorrow evening. We're just waiting for the game lobby to get all finalized here, and it looks like we're just about to get underway. One-shot qualifying is to come, followed by a 20-lap feature race and a 14-lap sprint race. So 2 races to come at you tonight. If you were looking for some fun racing, you found the right place. I'm, of course, Crash McQueen, if I haven't introduced myself. Lead broadcaster for MidWest, as well as a very happy member of this whole regime that goes on here. We're very happy to have everyone that comes in either to watch or to race throughout the league, and you know, it's always good to say thank you, so thank you very much to everyone that comes by. Just waiting for the lobby to get going here, and then we can catch some qualifying. Any suggestions from the chat to who they want to follow in qualifying? I mean, there we go, we'll bring it. Another poll incoming. Okay, well, I guess Bacon has somewhat introduced himself as the man to follow in his attempt for pole position here. So we'll find Impossible Bacon right out of the gate, and we'll see what he can do as we get underway here in Interlagos. Now, let's be honest here. Myself, I used to not really love Interlagos. When I first started getting into this game, I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. I'd always bloody well spin out in this track, and it didn't sit well with me. But you know, through the progression of Formula 1 with me, as well as playing the game more and more, getting better at it, I find myself to somewhat fall in love with the track, to be honest, and it always will produce some sort of action. And as on a casting side of it all, it's an exciting track to go to keep it to put it simple, really. And I'm excited to be here tonight as well as tomorrow. Now let's find Impossible himself, and we'll get a broadcast view. I'll bring that up actually. Okay, there we go. We'll see what Impossible can do. Now he says he's going to get a pole here and leading the way out of the gate. Nina's currently second. As I say that, Nina's of course jumps up ahead. Let's bring up the track map actually for those at home. And there we go, we're just entering Sector 2 here. Still up at the top is Impossible Bacon here. We're going to swing around turn 6, which is a hard right-hander, as well as turn 7 right here into the hard braking, once again, right-hander of turn 8. We get into some of this technical yet fun Sector 2. Up the hill into turn 10, and we switch it right back, and then we start getting into a fast-paced left-hander. The last turn of Sector 2. Swing it wide, try and get up on that curb, but not too far up. Don't want to get onto the grass. Want to take an aggressive line into 12, but once again, not too aggressive, as you can find yourself spinning off of that curb. And then you want to get good speed coming out of 14, and with the DRS wing open through 15. Taking a very sharp line is Impossible Bacon, and is he going to call? He called his shot. Wow. Bravo to you, Impossible. Getting pole here ahead of Elma Jacko, who's going to be up on the front row with him, JC Blackley alongside Super Ninas. The Garsvac with Haytight Gaming, Hotspot, and A. Daltonian. Kenny and Nikki on the top 10. Young DJ CJ is finishing up his time actually just disqualified. So there's 2 more to come over at the time. Quite a few disqualified. Bacon, you know what you did, man. That was very well done. Okay, we'll go through the qualifying order right quick. Once again, it's Impossible with pole, called his shot. Babe Ruthed it and all. Elman Jacko 2nd, JC Blackley 3rd, Super Nas 4th, Karisvac 5th, Haytite 6th, Hotspot 7th, A. Daltonian 8th, Kenny 9th, Nikki 10th, Knuckles 11th, and Chunky Corgi 12th. And this qualification goes as follows with young DJ CJ, Jinnit to win it, Will Ant, Mahi Mahi, and TV7 Racing. Now, unfortunately speaking, yeah, okay. No, actually, no, I'm going to save that. All right. Well, a little bit of an announcement post race. Okay. There we go. Screw it. All right, I'm done. But yeah, you know what? Well done, Bacon. It can't be said enough here. But we're about to get into it once again here. Bacon with Pole Jacko 2nd here. We are about to get 5 red lights, and we are going to get at it now. Oh, that was pretty good. Okay, Impossible Bacon with a good jump. Actually, it's Jacko with an even better jump. Already got the inside line into turn 1. Impossible Bacon has dropped back to 2nd. He might have third. No, he's going to be able to send it all the way around the outside. Get very close to Jacko, and he's going to warrant himself an attempted pass on the inside, but Jacko fights that away. Impossible Bacon back down into 2nd here. We got Kenny out early. That's unfortunate to see. And a virtual safety car right out of the gate is Knuckles as well, picking himself back up. A couple positions have been switched around, several positions actually. JC Blackley and Super Ninas, one of the few drivers to still hold their position. Nikki as well, staying in 10th. Janet has moved up 3, Mahi was moved up 4, Will Ants has moved up 2, Young DJ down 1, TV7 Racing up 2, and Knuckles unfortunately losing 5. That'd be in the back of the pack there. Chunky Corgi has actually picked up 3 spots, and a position change through the other 6 out of the other 8 top drivers there. The VSC should be ending fairly quickly here. Looks like Knuckles is already caught back up to the pack. You got to be careful with those deltas. You can find yourself collecting a penalty very easy. Actually, a drive-through penalty. I don't want to jinx anything, but yeah, I'll just keep it at that. What do you say, chat? Does that look good? Okay, but we're back green. Super Ninas and JC Blackley battling it out. Ooh, JC goes very deep and wide off. Super Ninas has the inside line, but JC's going to try and find himself back into it here. And through the inside of turn 6, Ninas goes very deep to allow him space, but he still has a position. Haytite Gaming is very much right on the back of JC Blackley. Impossible Bacon hounding Elma Jacko right now as Jacko currently holds on to first place, taking that position early on with a poor start from Impossible. Impossible is going to try and get that back as soon as possible here, but Elma Jacko is a very crafty driver, and it's going to be a tough task ahead. But everyone's staying fairly close here. The only second gaps currently sit between Chunky Corgi and young DJ CJ, and a little bit of oversteer from Impossible Bacon. Is able to save it, but unfortunately might not be able to save second place. So Super Ninas with a really good run out of turn 14 is able to get right along Impossible Bacon, and now looking at the inside line as Ninas actually setting the fastest lap as well. He's going to break late and try and push Impossible out deep, and Impossible just can't fight him off. Tries to look at the inside line through turn 2, but nothing quite going there. Still swinging around the first section here. Impossible trying to get a good run out of turn 3, but it's actually Super Ninas who's able to fight him off, and now he's going to try and catch Elma Jacko. JC Blackley as well right behind, still sitting in 4th place, and Haytite Gaming, not to forget about him, in 5th. And right on the tail of JC Blackley, might be able to get somewhat of a pass here. Maybe a dive down into 8. If you can get a good run out of 7, but it doesn't look like it is open. Actually, yes, he does. Absolutely sends it. And, oh, we got such a terrible camera angle. And undeserving from Haytite. Oh no, a little bit of a spin and contact with A. Daltonian. The tiniest bit of oversteer just knocks A. Daltonian. And that is quite unfortunate for both drivers there, as Haytite didn't deserve to be the man to take out someone. It was just the tiniest little bit of oversteer from hot tires after spinning out with a really good lunge down into JC Blackley. Unfortunate. A. Daltonian is the one who has to pay the price. Now Superninas is trying to get up into the lead, and yes, he will. Up in first place goes Superninas in that yellow and black Virtusi. You gotta love the yellow and black, to be honest. It really, you know, the Alpine looks gorgeous, in my opinion, but it just sucks to see the yellow and black out of Formula 1. Jeanette Twinen overtaking his teammate of Hotspot in 6th. Hotspot is known to be a good teammate. Might have just allowed him through, but here we go. Does Haytite have it? I think DRS is actually saving Hotspot on this one here. Possible back into second place, or third place, sorry, as Superninas has picked off Possible and Jacko to take the lead in this race, actually as well as JC Blackley. So Superninas is looking really good here. We'll see if he can be able to break away from Impossible as well as Jacko. JC Blackley still sitting back in fourth place, not looking to be very much dangerous right now, but could be just saving tires for the future here. We are on lap 4. We have 16 full laps to go here, so still plenty of racing to go. Damn, we're just gonna couple new followers. We did. My apologies, I'm gonna try and call you out in a second here. Had this set up before, but unfortunately I didn't. Haytite Gaming and Hotspot are absolutely duking it out going through turn 1 and 2. Haytite is able to get Hotspot, and now Mahi's going to try and get himself up past Hotspot as well. Haytite's actually under a little bit of pressure here. Hotspot's going to try and outbrake him, and he gets alongside, but unfortunately sent it too deep, and it's actually Mahi who finds the gap and gets 2 positions on Haytite and Hotspot. Hotspot kind of being the crucial decider of that all. If he didn't go deep, he would have forced Haytite to try and avoid Hotspot coming through, and then would have never allowed Mahi to poach 2 positions like that, but very well done from Mahi. That's not what I want. There we go. Jacko's actually just slowly falling back. Superninas here. Superninas is actually working on DRS, and it's actually Possible vacant now. Trying to send it around the outside. What does Jacko do? Jacko's going to push him all the way around and allows Impossible to space. We still have a battle for 4th and 5th as well. It's JC Blackley and the Garris back getting real close. Get on Impossible Bacon, as he looks like he's got a pass lined up into turn 3, and then we'll quickly jump back, as yes, he's got 2nd place, and JC Blackley now goes back into 4th. Jeanette Twinen is great on both of them, and JC somewhat slowing up both of these drivers here, and a little bit of a bump from Jeanette as Jeanette gets slowed down from the Garris back. Jin's finding his pace now, and what is going on in sector 1 there? Everything seems to be okay, cleaned up around turn 4. Looking like A. Daltoni and Nicky are battling it out. We've got a nice little conga line set here, all the way from, looks like, 4th down to 11th. So drivers still staying fairly close early on in this race. Jacko and Possible Bacon staying the closest. That goes out wide, and that's going to have Jeanette come right down on the inside line, coming into turn 12, and gets the move done. And now he's going to try and get a good run out of turn 13 and 14, get some major pace building up. Wing is now open, as you can see, so is Garris back. JC Blackley trying to break the toe, and Possible Bacon and Elmo Jacko are battling up ahead, but unfortunately we're just going to stay on with this battle as Jeanette tries to go around the outside. He really makes that move stick. JC's going to fight it out. Now he's on the outside, turns into the inside line. Who gets DRS? Ooh, this is close, and I'm going to get on with Garrus back here. Garrus is actually pinned a little bit here. JC actually had DRS there, and he sends it deep. Jin goes for a switchback. JC blocks it off. The Garrus back still holding back in 6th. Mahi, let's not forget about him in 7th. He might try and make a move. Jin tries to send it around the outside, but unfortunately it's just too far around and looks at the inside line on JC Blackley, but JC says no. Jacko and Impossible are still battling it out up in 2nd place there. We'll jump back onto that battle real quick, and Super Ninas has really opened up a lead now. Nearly 3 seconds separates him and the drivers behind, and those battles are going to make it even bigger of a gap. DRS Vac might be under a little bit of pressure here. He's starting to slow up on his pace a bit. Mahi is not too far off, but Vac is going to get DRS, and that should be able to help him. Jin as well with DRS, but we'll get on with Jacko. Jacko looking like a move into turn 1 here. Jin and JC are battling as well. Impossible's able to hold off, and it looks like JC's in the pit. We have several drivers coming into the pit here. Impossible taking a little bit of a deep line around turn 3. And a young DJ CJ DNFs, I think he's hit the wall on the outside of turn 15. Jacko's trying to go around the outside here on turn 4. And a VSC, and it looks like Impossible Bacon is to take the spot. No, Elma Jacko was just ahead when that VSC came out, and that one hurts. Yeah, it's a really good race, man. I agree. Now, if you like what you see, come back tomorrow. Starting at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, we have Division 1 ripping up the same track. So we'll see what those guys there can do. You can see a couple of familiar faces here as Super Ninas, Impossible Bacon, Janet to win it, and of course I'll be joined by Elma Jacko in the booth. So I'll have a co-caster tomorrow, and we'll have, with all due respect to these guys, a lot higher quality of an overall field to come to play. So really looking forward to that. That one will be fun. Elma Jacko comes into the pit. Impossible Bacon as well comes into the pit. So obviously staying on the same strategy, Super Nina stays out. Hey Tight Gaming with a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit. Hey Tight has actually been looking really good this season, so we'll see if you can keep that up. Mahi is right on the back of the Garrus Vac. We'll see who of these drivers will come into the pit. Anyone breaks? No, none of them. Actually, sorry, they're all in the medium, so no point for them to pit, actually. And Mahi's looking at the inside line here and breaks deep and gets past. Now he's right on the back of JC Blackley. Will he be able to get? Yes, it looks like he's going to get a really good run out of turn 3 here. Elma Jacko's going to come out in 4th place. He's going to kind of throw a little bit of a wrench into this battle here. Mahi's got to try and break deep. We'll get on with the Garrus back and see what he can see. Mahi going for a switchback on JC Blackley and some contact as Mahi's trying to send it around the outside, but JC's just doing enough to hold his car ahead. Elma Jacko is just not helping Mahi as he's kind of taking away that extra room on track. Mahi's just going to keep hounding JC here. And now JC looks like he's going to kind of come at Elma Jacko here, but Jacko is just still staying right close to this pack here, and Impossible Bacon has just got caught behind this entire pack. So Impossible's really got to pick off some positions, and hopefully that Jacko doesn't get too far ahead. Super Ninas and Janet to win there from into the pit. We'll see where Ninas comes out. Jacko went for somewhat of an undercut, but he was 3 seconds back heading into the pit. We'll see how much that will change. We're looking at JC on Jin. JC on Jacko. JC's looking like, yeah, he will. He'll get past Jacko into turn 1. Oh, a little bit of, I'm not sure if that was contact or what happened there, but JC went sideways into turn 1. Not too hard though, so it can't have been that big of a hit. Impossible Bacon now working on the Garrus Vac, but Vac just getting DRS, and that's just going to help him out just enough to make it way worse on Impossible. The Garrus Vac breaking deep into turn 4, not allowing any sort of move. Chunky Corgi and Hey Tight Gaming as well battling, with Chunky Corgi just getting Hey Tight going into turn 4, but Hey Tight's going to switch him back, and look at the inside line, but Chunky just says no. constant battles here, man. You know, I said it, like, we were coming into here, I was just, you know, back, like I said, back when I originally started playing, I wasn't a fan of this track, but for whatever reason, I wasn't, but now I can't see myself how I wasn't a fan of this track. It's just, like, I mean, maybe casting has helped me see the light, but it's just constant battles here. And we'll see what Mahi can do here. Can he get this Jacko maybe fight? Yeah, it looks like he's going to get some real good pace coming around the final turn. And what's he going to do into turn 1? And he looks like he's got the entire position going into turn 1. Up into second place, Super Ninas, 4.5 seconds up the road in first. What can Elmo Jacko do coming around the final turn here? Possible Bacon's still stuck in behind the Garrett's back. Just can't get past him. Just can't. Mahi is able to hold on to second place. Impossible still stuck behind Vac, but Vaco's a little bit deep. And Impossible, just can't hit that perfect. He had an opportunity, but he needed to absolutely make that racing line perfect, but just too tight of a window to try and send it through that perfectly, get the apex. And it was there, but it was tough. And Impossible still sits 6. Elmo Jacko is just slowly breaking up the road. JC Blackley is just being able to hold off the Garrisvac, and the Garrisvac with the DRS on JC Blackley is just able to hold off Impossible Bacon. So look at the tire ages actually. So JC Blackley on 2 lap old mediums. Impossible Bacon on 1 lap old mediums. Super Ninas the freshest, as well as Jeanette Tulinas. Jeanette currently sitting 7th. Takes fastest lap on 3 lap old mediums. He's looking really good for a podium here. Impossible at one point was looking great, but he just got caught in the traffic and just can't get past Vac. Now Vac maybe getting a little squirrely coming around a couple of the turns in sector 2. I'm not sure if there's any way to fix that. I have also had the sound is too wide. Oh, the game sound? Sorry, if you let me, if I'm ever too loud and the game's too quiet, tweak it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just turned it up. Just let me know if that's good. And we're still battling it out here through turn 9, sorry. And down into the hard braking zone of turn 10, also known as the Hamilton Elbow corner. Sector 3 spin, I think that's just Will Hansen going off on his day. Impossible can't do enough to get past Vac if Vac keeps getting saved by DRS. And Vac can't just do enough to get past JC as he just doesn't have the pace to do so. Now I can't hear you at all, perhaps you get volumes. Oh god. Okay. Oh, maybe. Okay. Let me know if that's a good mix. Thank you very much. Help. Maybe I'll turn myself a little bit more. Okay, ooh, that got real close. Impossible break deep on the Garrisvac, but nothing quite going there. Is that better? Did I even it out? Dude, Impossible, you really gotta try and fight this one out. I mean, of course you've gotta fight this one out. On lap 13. Lap 13. Of 20, still plenty of racing left to go here. Super Ninas, knock on wood, seemingly has this one in the Zine bag. And whoa, Ulek Holovin, you're a beast, man. Thank you very much. 2 gifted subs to the channel, absolutely huge. Vote equal, all about now sounds good. Man, what do you? Thank you so much, Ulek. Appreciate you being part of the community. And there, you're doing this to distract me. The Garrisvac gets the move into turn 1, and OJC. Okay. make a comment on that one. Gotta stay neutral. You do one, I'll do one. I gifted it to you. That's awesome. Oh god, I can't just gift it to you. Okay, here we go. I'll gift it. I'll tie you. Grumpy old cat man. There you go. You forced my hand there, you like. Alright, now Impossible Bacon is gonna try and get JC Blackley now. Blackley just held him off. Spin in sector 2. Actually, no, someone's just being let by. Mahi has separated himself from Elman Jacko in second. Crash could. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. Interesting. Yeah. Very tight. Garisvac trying to get JC Blackley. Just can't quite do it. Oh, and just decides to just screw turn 3. And Impossible Bacon still once again just stuck in 6th place. He's breaking very deep. He's got the pace out of all of them, but he's just stuck in a DRS train. If you've ever played, oh my god, big penalty from Super Ninas. He's got to keep it tight. He's got to keep it very tight now. The second and change separates him from 2nd place. Hotspot getting Chunky Corrigan for 8th there. And looks like that move was done and clean. And just can't make it. Too bad. Go. But here we go. This is where it all matters. Impossible Bacon needs a good run out of these final couple of turns. Can he get it? Oh, Chris Sears Bass. Chris Sears Bass. I think that's right. Thank you very much for the follow. 7 minutes ago, appreciate it. Turn 1, nothing quite going, unfortunately. Let's see what Super's doing. That's Mahi. Let's see what Super's doing. Nikolani or Zokar. Made a couple of early overtakes on Jacko Impossible and JC Blackley, and then from that point on, this has been his track. He's been looking real good this entire race. And swinging around turn 10. Still holding on to the lead, but only a 1 second difference. We'll see if Mahi can keep it clean. Impossible once again getting very, very close to Garisvac, but not close enough. 5-second penalty to JC Blackley has just kind of killed this battle here, as even if JC finishes out of these guys, then he's just going to drop in behind. So all this time where Impossible's been stuck back in 6th has just been killed by JC holding up. Actually, JC just being quicker than the Garisvac, and the Garisvac getting DRS to hold off Impossible. But yeah, once again, just the Garisvac isn't close enough to get anything going on JC. Impossible as well, because of the DRS, can't get close enough to Garisvac. But oh, a very deep lunge into turn 1. He's right back on the tail of Vac, and a really good run out of turn 3 might get it done, but looks like Vac gets a good run as well into the slipstream, but so is Vac. Vac look at a lunge into turn 4, lines up the inside line and forces him a little deep, but not deep enough for Impossible, and Impossible's still stuck in behind. But now these drivers are all separated within 0.2 of a second as we swing through turn 7, sector 2 here. But Impossible has to give way, as that gap should slightly open once again through sector 2 with all these twists and turns. Heytight Gaming picking up another penalty now at 11 total seconds. We'll look quickly at the position changes, and it's Mahi with 14 massive positions gained. It's actually working now. Christ, and there we go. The back is going down into turn 1. on the outside. Now he's into turn 2, has the full card ahead. He's going to push JC right off, and now JC's going to be under pressure from Impossible. Impossible doing a brilliant job going up onto the grass even. Now he's finally passed into 5th place, JC into 6th, and JC's going to watch these two battle in front. Now Impossible has got himself just by the Garrisvac. Garrisvac is going to have the inside into turn 7. JC's going to try and get himself back into it, and now Impossible's around the outside, breaks super deep to try and hold off JC, and JC's still got the inside line, but Impossible's just able to edge him out, and now finally Impossible moves up into 6th. JC losing a couple positions, but oh no, Impossible picking up a penalty, but so is, actually no, Vac doesn't have one. Oh, that's going to be very difficult now. Vac with no penalties. Let's quickly rip through this incident. We're looking for the Garrisvac warning. The Garrisvac. No, I think that was just it. One warning from Vac. Oh, another warning. Okay. So Vac is currently sitting on 2 warnings, if I'm correct. Yes. Okay. 2 warnings from Vac. Impossible Bacon still sitting in 5th now, so Vac can be pressured into another one. Mahi as well picking up a penalty, so he's got 3 seconds worth, and Super Nunes is back with that clean 3-second lead. Will Ann's going off there at turn 4. JC Blackley not quite close. Oh my god. Wow. That came out of nowhere. Okay, Impossible Bacon still holding back in 5th. JC Blackley slightly falling off the pace. No, Impossible. Save it. Ooh, well done. Okay, now JC Blackley is just a second off the pace of the Garrisvac. Impossible will get that position. Anywho, with JC Blackley's penalty, still 5 seconds. Impossible still with 3. If Impossible can get this overtake real quick, he might be able to hunt down Vac, but unfortunately he needs Vac to make a mistake, like I said. Both of them get a little bit of snap of oversteer there. JC half a second up the road, and I think he's just a little bit too far for Impossible. This is all looking a little bit bleak, as they say. But JC taking some confusing lines through turns 2 and 3, now around down into turn 4. The inside line is all set up here for Impossible Bacon, and nearly a bit of contact here, but Impossible's still going to battle this one out, even with the penalties. But be careful, boys, as you still need points, and still going to battle around turn 6 and turn 7, wheel to wheel, and now into turn 8, diving down the inside. Impossible actually just gives way. Looks like, I mean, I don't want to be the only one to say, but it looks like Impossible just backed out on that one, maybe knowing that 5th place is going to be his at the end of this race. And if that is the case, he will start 4th when we get into the sprint race. But the feature race is done and dusted. Actually, not quite yet. But 1st place is done and dusted as Super Nunes takes the win in the feature. Mahi 2nd. El Majako 3rd. The Garrisvac looking to come over with 4th, having a very respectable race, I must say. Up 1 position. JC Blackley is going to drop into 6th. Haytight Gaming with quite a few penalties, so he might actually lose a couple of spots here as we pull up the pen. Actually, maybe that's it. Hotspot coming over, and yes, he will jump up ahead of Haytight. Chunky Corgi not quite close enough. Actually, yes, he does. Just barely gets him. A Daltonian definitely not close enough, because after that unfortunate spin early on by actually the man in front of him, Haytight Gaming. I believe, yes, it is his teammate. Oh, that makes sense. He's driving the Nikita Mazepin car. Yeah, Shelly, that was actually a really good save by Impossible. I thought he was gonna dump it there. But here we go. Jin coming around the final couple of turns here. He's just pissing around with the throttle there. As I get a little bit too hot, so I turned down my AC one more notch. And that'll be it for the feature race. Coming over with the final driver over the line. driver of the day, Mahi Mahi. I can agree with that. That was a very well raced race by you, Mr. Mahi, coming second, starting in 16th place, I believe it was. But we see 3 different nationalities up on the podium there. That's always a good sight. Led by the American of Super Ninas in the Virtusi. Second place, of course, goes to Mahi. Third, a solid and very well raced race by El Majaco in third. Not too shabby. And I'm going to get into a little bit of a league announcement. I believe Pork Chops has far now so far in the future race. Right before the close match. Yes, a very important announcement is going to come up right after I go through the order once again. Super Ninas with the win, going from 4th to 1st, Mahi Mahi 2nd, 16th to 2nd, El Majaco 3rd, the Garisvac 4th, Impossible Bacon 5th, the JC Blackley 6th, Hotpot 7th, Chunky Corgi 8th, Hey Tight Gaming 9th, A Daltonian 10th, Nikki 11th, Jinna Twin at 12th, and Knuckles and Team B7 Racing finishing 1 lap off the pace. Will Ans actually says he's DNF, but he was driving still. Young DJ CJ and Kenny, the 2 Carlins with the DNF. But yes, there is a, it's honestly kind of a sad announcement in the Midwest F1 League here. Hopefully everyone can catch this before we get to the next race going. But unfortunately, this will be the last season of Formula 2. We are going to bring Formula 2 to an end. It is something that has just kind of been too much for the commissioners to kind of handle, and we appreciate everyone that has put it together, but unfortunately it's there's some days where we really regret having Formula 2, to be quite honest, and even though it brings some fun racing from time to time, there's just days where the racing completely gets outweighed from the baggage of it. So with that being said, we're gonna bring Formula 2 to an end after this season. Sorry to say, but I think Friday will continue on, and maybe we'll switch what we do on Friday to maybe Wednesday and whatnot, maybe so I can get the stream going on Wednesday. But yes, stay with us for the rest of the year. Tune in to what is to come. But today we are going to go and finish up the sprint race in Interlagos as the lights go out. Hotspot comes out in second, and he's going to try and battle Chunky Corgi into turn 1. We have a full wet race here. This is going to be a very interesting one. How clean will everyone stay coming through turn 1? And we already have someone off. That's Will Ans. That's not what you want to see. The battle up at the top is El Jack, gets really good traction. Oh no! Oh, Hotspot and JC Blackley. Ouch, are they done? Oh, and another car spun out as well. Yikes, everyone's going very deep. Who can keep it clean? This is very... That was a crazy hit by Hotspot on, I think it was JC Blackley. He just swung through and just smoked him. Oh my god. VSC is out, of course. Actually, get some safety cars in the chat for those that have their new emotes, or that have emotes. Get some safety cars in the chat. If you don't have your Midwest emotes, be sure to subscribe and you will get some. And you can get the new Midwest F1 logo, as well as the retro Midwest F1 logo. I keep missing the action. I'm trying to watch Dr. Pimple. What? Dr. Pimple. There we go, back green. Did anyone get a drive-through penalty there? No, Kenny's got 5 seconds worth of penalties. Lanson's Knuckles battling it out a little bit. The wet weather race is throwing a wrench into what everyone's plans were for this. I had no idea it was going to be a wet race, so this is very exciting for me. Down the outside goes Hey Tight Gaming, and Adol Tony's going to battle us. So we have 4 cars right beside each other, and unfortunately Will Ans gets the worst of it, and he spins out. Mahi Mahi and Chunky Corey battling it out, and what is Chunky gonna do? Can he outbrake Mahi? Doesn't look like it. Mahi sends it very deep. Gets the car slowed down. But Chunky taking the cleaner racing line, forcing Mahi out wide, and oh, Chunky just a little bit of oversteer. Now here comes Super Ninas. Jinna to win it as well, not too far off the pace. Jacko up in the lead right now. We'll see what kind of battle we'll get from those two drivers ahead, or those four drivers really. This is going to be a good one. We got four very fast drivers in Formula 2 cars that are just going to be battling it out in the wet. So we'll see what they're made of. I don't have enough points to unlock it. I think I can. Let me see if I can help you out there. There we go, we got a prediction here. I think you can bet on these, right? Alright. So bet on the prediction. We'll see if you can win some mid-bucks, I think they're called. Is that what they're called? Oh, midi-bucks. Yeah, okay. Okay, so you only got 30 seconds left to predict something, if you're interested. But anyway, still top four battling it out. We're on board with Jinna to win it, currently sitting fourth. Just off the pace. Actually, I mean, he's on the pace, but he's just off the pace. Mahi, can he get a good run coming out of front turn? Doesn't quite look it. Alright. Here we go, Mahi does get a good enough run. Now he finds himself alongside as well as Jinna to win it alongside Super Ninas now, and into first place goes Mahi. Now Jin's actually going to try and fight out Elma Jacko here, swings it around the outside and tries to pretty much drift it around turn 2. Super Ninas now right in behind. Hayti Gaming drifting out around a couple of the turns. Now Jin, after a really good run, getting a little bit too greedy, and instead of trying to just hold on to third place, tried to fight for second. And oh no, as speaking of Hayti Gaming, he's absolutely lost it. And we'll see if we can get a good look at him. A full-on safety car is out. And yeah, you just saw Hayti there. Unfortunately, that is the end for Interlagos this evening. We'll have to come back tomorrow and see what he can do in his respective division. I believe he's in Division 2. Division 2. I should check how well he is actually doing in Division 2. Not the best. But anyhow, if you're new to the MidWest F1 League and you haven't really checked us out before, this is Formula 2 this evening. Formula 2, of course. And if you're new to Formula 1 entirely, this is completely different. Not completely, fairly different car from what the Formula 1 car is. And it's more of a fun series that we do. Our real league racing, where we have 5 divisions that all race at the same time. 100 drivers. Go live at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. We have 1 to 4 divisions recorded or posted up into our YouTube. So if you're interested in go checking those out, go onto our YouTube page, and the link is as follows in the chat below. You can just go click that link. It'll bring you right up to our YouTube page, and you can go give us a subscribe and watch any of our past streams in anything, any of our interleague battles, any of our interdivision battles, any of our crazy madness bonanza crap that we tend to do from time to time. You can go check that out. We do a lot of fun stuff on top of just Formula 1 racing. So if any of that interests you, go check it out, or even just see if it might interest you. You don't know. I mean, everyone's still growing. You don't know what you like. I mean, most people know what they like, but I think I know what I like. I know I like peanut butter and chocolate. That's delicious. But hey, you know what? You learn something new about yourself every now and then, and you learn something new every day. And one thing you might learn today is that you like some of the things that the Midwest F1 League has to offer. So go check that out. We'd be very much appreciative of it. And if you have any friends that are into Midwest, or of course they don't know if they're into Midwest yet, but if you have any friends that are into Formula 1 racing or any racing in at all, then why don't you send them our way, and we will try and take good care of them. We will do what we can to keep them entertained, keep them focused, and I mean not focused. If you're watching the Midwest F1 League, then you're obviously not focused at all, because you know what, you might have something better to do in your life. But hey, if you want to waste some time away with us, by all means, do it. We very much appreciate it. And if you like to talk and chat, by all means, text and chat as much as your heart can desire, as I myself surely do enjoy talking to some people in chat as well the race is going on, answering as many questions as I can, or just shooting the shit to keep it simple. So if you have anything to say, by all means say it. Very much appreciate it. Love the opportunity to talk to anyone new in the Midwest F1 League. I get to talk to all these guys that race all the time. It's kind of boring, to be honest. I need some new people, so if you're in the Midwest F1 League and you wanna say hi, by all means say hi in the chat. Very much appreciate it. But we also have a Twitter and Instagram page, so if you are any bit interested in either of those, go give those a follow. Just search up Midwest F1 League on Twitter or Instagram, and we should pop right up. We are actually getting some new... I don't know, we're getting some major help with the Instagram page, and we have a guy that does a brilliant job with our Twitter page, so go check both of those out. They're going to be absolutely bumping, and we're very much looking forward to it. Jesus. Very much looking forward to what is to come. Nicky unfortunately retires in the session. Did he spin out? That is not what you want to see. It looks like he might have actually just binned it. Alright. But also, if you are into Raid Energy or Zero Sugar, Zero Crash, high BCAA by BCAA, as well as good electrolytes, go check out Raise Energy. Use code MWF1 for 15% off your order. I've actually just had one today for a little bit of a pre-workout, and I'm not gonna lie, I maxed out today. I have lifted more than I ever have. So, I mean, I have been going to the gym practicing and whatnot, kind of just gaining weight or gaining muscle. But you know what? Hey, I took a raise. I lifted more than I ever have in my life. So, I mean, let's just do the math there. Raise is obviously what has done it, and I can absolutely vouch for the Zero Crash. You drink that thing and you are pumped and ready to do stuff, and that's what I was today at the gym. And after the gym, Zero Crash. Came home, took a shower, hung out. I wasn't feeling drowsy, or I wasn't feeling wanting to take a nap. No, I just got home after the gym, just kind of settled down and hung out. Didn't want to take a nap, nothing. It was great. Absolutely brilliant. Zero Crash, I can absolutely vouch for that. So go check that out if you're into any bit of energy drinks. As well as the Midwest merch is up for sale right now. So actually, we don't actually have any sort of command for that, so I'll just take the link here. And let's just see if this works. Oh no, that did not work. Let's just do this. Let's do that. There you go. There's the link for the Midwest F1 League merch. Honestly, if you're not going to buy anything, that's okay. Just go check it out, because it is cool stuff. Safety car is in this lap. We were just finishing up Sector 3. Unfortunately, there's a couple of drivers that are very far separated from the pack. But it's actually JC Blackley is the one who's just going to be able to catch up. He should be able to get a really good run coming out of turn 15. We'll get back up to the leaders here. Actually, we'll get on the Suinas. She's trying to time it. And it looks like Mahi sends it down. And we come back green. Mahi's got the lead into turn 1. What are we going to see from the rest of the pack here? Everyone's staying clean. Looks like a little bit of oversteer from Jin. That brings Impossible Bacon just alongside him. Jin does a good job not making contact here. A Daltonian as well, trying to get up a position. He's right on the back of Impossible Bacon. Jin just over a second back already. And AE's actually going to send it down the inside line, but couldn't get the car slowed down enough. It makes a little bit of contact with Impossible Bacon. And it was worth the effort, but unfortunately it is tough to get that car slowed down coming into that turn, especially wet. So it drops down to 9th, a fairly safe 9th. As the next car behind is over 17 seconds back. Now 16, now still 16. Mahi's still holding on to the lead. We have the same podium from last race leading us here. No. Is it? Possible. Mahi finished second, Jacko finished third. Yes, it was. Okay. So same 3 on the podium last time. Jin wants to... Oh, impossible. Really? Jin wants to absolutely jam a wrench into the cogs of that happening for a second time. And he's got a nice little slipstream on Ninas here. He's just alongside. He's going to force Ninas to break deep. And Jin does get the position. Ninas back into 4th. And now Jin nearly looked at trying to poach 2 positions on 2 turns. But does just enough to get 3rd. Ninas back in 4th. Very clean driving from both drivers, and now Jin's going to try and hunt down the driver ahead, that being Jacko. Young DJ, CJ, unfortunately spinning around turn 13. I'd imagine he would have lost it around 12 and drifted into 13, but he's at turn 13, picking himself up, and now coming around turn 14. Will Ants with the penalty there in 7th place, but he's still a little bit safe with JC Blackley, his teammate. A little bit of a drift. As Mahi has just worked himself outside a second out of Jacko. Jacko seems to be fighting that car every turn, but I mean, I can't just say that he is, everyone is. And there we go, Jacko going deep as the commentator's curse comes right into play coming around turn 10. Jacko does just enough to hold back onto the position here. We'll see what Jin can do. Breaking very deep and overshooting it a little bit. Now that's going to put him under fire here from Ninas. Ninas just can't get past Jin, but now he's going to get back into the slipstream here. And he's just right tight on the gearbox there. Mahi actually setting the fastest lap. Jin unfortunately losing a little bit of time. Jin once again breaking a little deep, kind of cooking a little bit too much. Garrett's back and Will Ans are still battling it out in turn 1 here. Will Ans did get that position from Vac. But now going deep through turn 2, swinging around turn 3, the Garrett's Vac is trying to get a good run, but unfortunately can't get a better run than Will Ans with the slipstream. Will help and Will defends the middle of the track and nearly comes back across Vac and goes deep through turn 4, but not quite deep enough to allow Vac to get back. Ninas trying to hunt down Jin. Jin unfortunately losing a little bit of time to Jacko there as he's trying to hunt him down as well. None of the top 5 have pitted. Will Ans is on the freshest tire in the top of the pack there and currently sitting at 6th, but unfortunately with 3 seconds worth of penalties. Oh. And if a safety car comes out as Kenny drills it into the wall, and now that's going to bunch everyone back up. Actually, we'll see. So the safety car will come in on lap 12 to allow lap 13 and 14 for racing. So this will only be a lap and a half worth of a safety car. So I'm not sure if it's possible. Should be able to catch back up to these guys ahead and try and fight for some more positions. If Will Ans did not have the penalty, then he would be in a very good place, but it isn't wet, so you can't bank too much on that anyways. Ooh, only times at 7:30. Like I said, 3 full laps ago, lap 12, 13, and 14. The safety car will come in at the end of lap 12, allowing 13 and 14 to race cleanly, and then we'll have to bring the stream to an end, but still plenty can happen here. Once this field is all bunched back up, it can get very swifty, and we'll see what it brings us. But anywho, how's everyone doing this evening? Is everyone enjoying their night? Anything, any questions for Crash? Now, actually, quickly, we can do this. We can take a peek at where we'll be next week, and that, of course, will be in Bahrain. So Bahrain International Circuit is another fun one, so we're going to have a couple of good tracks back to back, 2 DRS zones, both in Sector 1 pretty much, half of one at the end of Sector 3, 15 turns make up that circuit, 5.12 kilometer circuit, and we'll see how different it is. Now it is still both make a 15 kilometer circuit, and we don't unfortunately have the fastest laps up on this one, so I apologize for that. But yes, Bahrain is to come next, and we will be back live to see these guys driving tomorrow. The Division 1 driver lineup. I believe we had all 20 drivers check in, so it's going to be a fun one tomorrow, as we'll be back here at Interlagos to check out what is to come and what can be produced by all these brilliant drivers that you see on your screen here. Fredhead actually will be making his season debut as we get confirmation that the safety car is in this lap. We'll switch it back over to our race and see what is to come. What did I miss? Oh, nothing. Okay. No, everything's fine. There we go. Mahi sends it. Ninas gets a good timing on Jin. Jin mistimes the lead a little bit. Impossible Bacon actually gets a really good time, and now he's going to try and send it out wide. Will Ann's really fighting it out as well. Impossible and Ninas absolutely getting their elbows out around the first 2 turns. The Dams and the Virtusi now swinging it wheel to wheel around turn 3, and it looks like the Dams of Impossible Bacon is able to get the edge right now, but now Super Ninas and the Virtusi has the inside line coming through turn 4. We'll get on with Will Ans and see what he can see, and he's... Ooh, that was there, but it also was not. And oh no, Impossible! Impossible goes into the wall, and he's going to have to pick himself back up, and that's going to hurt a lot. Lap 13 is where we stand. Not too many laps to go. A 10-second track penalty for exceeding limit. That, just from bad to worse. Just an absolutely rough go from Impossible. Might be able to save 10th place, but he's only got a 13-second gap lead, and he's got some damage to go. So we'll see what he can do. Young DJ CJ, and Jinnit nearly losing it there. Mahi's still holding on to the lead. He's done a real good job this race, taking it early and not letting it go. 6 positions gained for Mahi here, so he's looking really good. Well, who's the game going to give driver of the day to? Potentially Will Ans, as Will Ans has gained 10, and now he might get another one on. Super Ninas here gets a really good run out of 15. He's got some major pace coming into turn 1, and let's see if he can get the car slowed down enough. Actually, he does a really good job. It looked for a second there that he was going to go deep, but just hammers the brake and gets it slowed down, and takes a clean apex through turn 1. And now he's got 3rd, 4th place right now, and once again, the freshest tires on nearly on the whole track other than Hotspot, who's pitting very late for a brand new set. But once again, unfortunately, Will Ans does have a 3-second penalty. We are on the final lap here. Will Jacko try and do something to try and get the win? Actually, will Ginna Twin It try and get the win here? Or, sorry, second place. Both drifting ever so slightly around turn 8. Yes, it was. Okay, there we go. Now into the switchback of turn 10. I mean, kind of like to call it a hairpin, but it's really not. And now we swing it back down and up the hill, and then we take the left-hander of turn 12 as we get into our final series of left-handers. And it looks like Jacko might be able to poach first place from Mahi, as we're going to have a drag to the finish here. Mahi's trying to block him out. It's going to be very close, and oh my god, Mahi barely takes it. Oh, Jinnit picks up fastest lap at the end. Super Ninas gets Will Ans, and oh my god. That was close. That was brilliant. Oh my god, it was a gorgeous camera angle and everything. Oh, okay. Impossible absolutely bins it. Oh god, that was phenomenal. That was a great drag to the end. So I've got a question. Why don't the cars hit each other? Like, could you spin out the other car and pass it? So if that happens, they're Dragon T, then you will get an in-game penalty. And if you don't get an in-game penalty for purposely or even non-purposely hitting another car and spinning him out, then that person who got spun out can put a report, a video report to the stewards, kind of like the referees of the league, asking for the other driver to get penalized. So I mean, yeah, you could literally just drive around and kill everyone, but you're going to get penalized and kicked out of the league for doing so. Hey VTech, by the way, how's it going, man? Good to see you. And Mahi getting the win here. A very well done drive and a brilliant sprint to the finish there between himself and Jacko. Very good fun, very good fun. And we have a different guy on the podium this time, of course. That is Jinnit to win it. Jinnit edges out Super Ninas for third. Glad to hear your voice. Missed you. Haha, thank you very much. VTech, hope. Appreciate it. But here we go. We'll go through the sprint race results one more time, and then I'll bring the stream to a close. We see Mahi with the win, Jacko second, Jinnit to win third, Super Ninas fourth, The Garsmack fifth, Will Ans sixth, JC Blackley seventh, Adel Tony, A Chunky Corgi ninth, Impossible Bacon having a unfortunate day in 10th. Maybe if the wind was going a little bit to the left instead of the right, he could have podium. That's just how unfortunate it was for him. Team B7 Racing 11th, Young DJ CJ in 12th, Hotspot in 13th, Knuckles one lap off the pace in 14th, and the DNFs go to Kenny, Nikki, and Haytite Gaming. Quickly to the feature race we go. Super Ninas, Mahi, Jacko, The Garsvac, Impossible Bacon, JC Blackley, Hotspot, Chunky Corgi, Haytite Gaming, and Adel Tony rounding out the top 10. Nikki, Jinnit to win it, Knuckles, Team B7 Racing, Will Ans, Young, DJ CJ, and Kenny once again with the DNFs. But yes, unfortunately that will be it for us here in the Midwest F1 League. Nothing left to say other than hopefully we will be seeing you tomorrow night. Thank you very much for tuning in. Everyone have a good rest of your Wednesday. 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern tomorrow. Enjoy whatever's left in your day, as well as enjoy your day tomorrow up until you tune back in to hang out with us. And by us, I mean myself, Crash McQueen, as well as Jacko, who will be joining me in the booth once again. So, with that being said, thank you very much once again for tuning in. I've been Crash McQueen, we've been Midwest F1 League, and please, please, please,